list of law professors around the country who are urging the Senate not to confirm Kavanaugh.
11 of them are from UC. Local 12's Walter Smith Randolph sat down with the former dean of UC's law school, and he tells him the decision has nothing to do with politics.
Former UC Dean Joseph Tomain is one of the professors who says Brett Kavanaugh is unfit for the Supreme Court.
What type of person would you like to stand before and judge you?
Tomain says the letter has nothing to do with where Kavanaugh stands on issues, but has everything to do with Kavanaugh's testimony at last week's Senate hearing.
This is a circus.
His testimony in the Senate really was jarring. People felt if you're going to be a judge, let alone a Supreme Court justice, respect for the process, the institutions, and the people are paramount. And that wasn't shown to many people, including myself.
But the head of the Hamilton County GOP says enough with the partisan politics.
How do we get here? We get here because of partisan games being played by Democrats.
Triantafilu, a lawyer and former judge, says Kavanaugh's credentials and background are rock solid.
He has the kind of intellect and education and background and judicial temperament to be an outstanding jurist.
But this 6-paragraph opinion piece and Tomain both say Kavanaugh's temperament has no place in the country's highest court.
That level of emotion is something that ought not to be displayed in a hearing like that by someone with that extensive a background in law and as educated as he is. These are just questions, and they can be heard and answered straightforwardly, and they weren't.
And to have these allegations levied at him at the very end of his effort would make anybody angry. And I think what he demonstrated were the emotions of an innocent man, and that should never be held against him in this process.
Also speaking out tonight is former Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens. He's a lifelong Republican, and he also says Brett Kavanaugh should not sit on the Supreme Court. It's a rare move because most Supreme Court jurists don't take a political stance. Reporting live from University of Cincinnati, Walter Smith Randolph, Local 12.
Walter, thanks very much. There's a preliminary vote tomorrow morning. Kavanaugh's confirmation will hinge on the decision of 3 Republican senators, Jeff Flake of Arizona, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, and Maine's Susan Collins. All of them have remained quiet about the way they're leaning. If tomorrow's vote succeeds, a final vote is expected on Saturday. Stick with Local 12 and Local12.com as the Supreme Court saga reaches its final stages.